Sarah Connor? Oh, yes. And that's it for that Sarah Connor. Never got around to getting the other Sarah Connor. Anyway, hey, what's up? Archer Mark here. And I'm back with another review for you and another NECA figure. Again, kind of doing these back to back, but they'll be spaced out over a course of a couple of days. The review right before this was the Kyle Reese figure, and now up for you I have the Tanker Truck Pursuit T800 Terminator figure, and just really cool. This one is really nice. I like this one. We'll show you the packaging. And there's your bubble. And see, it says the T800 Tanker Truck Pursuit. This figure is also sort of patented after the one of the best scenes in this movie is the assault on the police precinct, which is really cool. And then again, the Terminator from 1984. There's your movie poster art. I read this last time. We'll read it again. In the year of darkness 2029, the rulers of this planet devised the ultimate plan. They would reshape the past. The plan required something that felt no pity, no pain, no fear, something unstoppable. They created the Terminator. Ages 18 and up, real toys, NECA. Very cool. Let's take a look at the back. Again, you have sort of a close-up image of the figure. Other figures in the wave, the Kyle Reese, which I reviewed previously, and the endoskeleton, which I don't have, but it'd be cool to have that one too. Okay. Target identified. Specs. Model T800 Tanker Truck Pursuit. The Cyberdyne Systems Model 101 Series 800 Terminator. Was sent back in time from the year 2029 to 1984 to kill Sarah Connor, the future mother of John Connor. After waging a one-man war on the entire police station, the Terminator tracks down Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese to a motel. The Terminator wounds Kyle in its attack, but suffers more damage as it is caught in the blast of an exploding gasoline truck. The outer flesh coating the human disguise is stripped away, revealing the nightmarish machine that lies beneath. Very cool. And there's the nightmarish machine that lies beneath. Very cool. That's an interesting line there, because it was, James Cameron talked about how he was working on a movie called Piranha 2: The Spawning, a classic if there ever was one, and had a nightmare. He had the flu, he was sick, and he had a nightmare in the midst of this flu. And this image of this robot skeleton, this endoskeleton, came to him, and he drew it down, and that's where the idea, the first buds of this idea came. So here we go, the Tanker Truck Terminator. Really cool. Again, give you the close-up look at that, all the blood and the battle damage, the robot parts. Just looks really cool. I'll give you a little up and down 360. Again, the sculpting, the detail, the paintwork. It's right up there. You got, NECA's standards that seem to come out in a lot of their figures. Look at all the little details of the bullet holes and the blood on the back of the jacket. See the little bits of metal that are underneath where the human flesh, the living tissue. Cybernetic organism. Metal chassis surrounded by living tissue. And you see, I love the details on the boots. You even got the little chain on the back there. Very cool. Again, this sort of weathering and dirt and whatnot on the pants. And the leather jacket. The leather jacket, it's got this sort of like flexible plastic, so you could bend it slightly. It's not really removable, but it is slightly posable. Again, more bullet holes on the front, the blood, showing the metal underneath. Really well done. Very cool. You got the details on the gloves, and it's just very well done. Can't say that enough. Let's give you another good close-up of the head. Great details underneath, all the wires and metal and servos, and that red eye, that red robotic eye. It's really cool. Great job on the facial sculpt there. We'll go over the articulation rather. So you have bulge on your neck, ball in shoulders, ball in elbows. There's swivels and hinges on the wrists, so you can move them inside and out and swivel them around. There's a swivel waist, and then, like with the Kyle Reese figure, you have sort of a swivel on the ankles. And again, that's it. There's no hip or knee articulation, which again is a little bit of a disappointment. Why not go all out? I don't know. They went all out with everything else, or just about everything else, on this figure, but they just decide not to give too much lower articulation. But you could still get him to stand. It doesn't hinder it too much. But again, these figures are made to be displayed and posed, and you're gonna pose them a certain way, and you're gonna put them on your shelf, and that's gonna be kind of it. So, not a huge deal, but it would have been nice at least if they did knee articulation to help him stand a little better. But pretty cool. Comes with two weapons. You have this shotgun. It's nicely sculpted, but it's all black. There's no great detail. It would have been nice to see a little more paint work on this. But, it looks like a shotgun. So that works. That's what you want. And then you have this machine gun here. Again, same thing, all black, but still looks pretty cool. Okay. And again, you see him use these two weapons. In the description on the packaging, that mentions the assault on the police precinct, and you see him use these two weapons. He uses a variety of weapons in the movie, but he uses these two in that scene. The other accessory he has is a additional head. You can swap out the head, and you have this sort of undamaged Schwarzenegger head with the sunglasses, and just the whole head pops out. And it's a big, just ball joint underneath. It's kind of tough to get off. It's easier to put on than get off. I'll put it like that. So, but it just takes a little force to put on. I think this is the cooler head. It looks better. It's just more interesting with all the battle damage. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, I believe. But this one looks cool too. Arnold with the shades. It's nicely sculpted and painted just like the other head. So that's pretty cool. So there you go. That's about it. There isn't too much more to say about this guy. I definitely want to get the Tech Noir Terminator figure. That'll be one figure that I'll sort of have to hunt around for, I guess. Because I like that, because that has this weapon here, the pistol with the laser scope, the laser sighting. That figure comes with that weapon, so I would like to get my hands on that. I have to find it. I have to find it somewhere. May have to go to Amazon and pay a little more, but we'll see. But yeah, there it is. The tanker truck pursuit T800 Terminator figure. Again, just like the Kyle Reese, it's overall. The articulation is a little bit of a letdown, but I still really love it. The look and the painting and the sculpting of the figure makes up for the lack of articulation, in my estimation. You could got some great maneuverability on the head. You could really pose him with the two weapons. Pose it however you want. Face them forward or pointing at either side, and it just looks really nice. It'll just look really cool on your shelf, on display, or wherever you're going to display them. So yeah, again, I would recommend this figure despite the lack of articulation. It's just really cool and badass, and it's one of the greatest movies ever. Action, sci-fi, whatever you want to categorize it in. It's just an awesome movie. So there it is. The T-800 from the very first Terminator 1984. I hope you enjoyed this review. Doing more and more of these NECA reviews as I get figures in. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job on these. Hope you enjoy it. Like I said, comment, rate, subscribe. And until my next video, I just promise that I'll be back.